I'm Rick Buck and I've been a dentist for 15 years. In this video today, I will show you how well the EZZI Expandable floss, which I had developed, cleans between my teeth while I explain what you will like and not like about the floss. So subscribe if you have teeth. So let's start how I always do by staining all the plaque in my mouth pink on 2 different days. On the first day, I will floss first, as you should normally do, so you can then see how much plaque it removes while actually flossing. Then brush with the EZZI toothbrush and look at the amazing results. Then on the second day, I will brush with a brush that isn't my favorite, to say the least. I do this to leave a fair amount of plaque behind to adequately test out the floss so you can see what it does in different situations. Okay, so while I get started, my 2 favorite qualities of this floss are its woven pattern and that it is made of polyester material. Because of its material and design, it does 3 things really well. First, it tightens even though it's a thick floss so that it snaps well between your teeth. Second, it expands once it's between your teeth to reach plaque within small concavities that are often found in between the teeth. Then third, it flattens to increase its surface area to better grip and dislodge the plaque colonies that are sitting between your teeth. And what I mean by that is, I hope you can see how well the floss is dislodging already these big plaque colonies that I've stained pink. So this floss is actually like an old floss that I used to recommend, but I added a few needed features that I will get into in just a minute. But this floss is my own personal brand now. Now, this video assumes that you are using the correct flossing technique. So like I said, it's amazing because of those 3 qualities I mentioned earlier, but they don't stop there. The EZZI floss is made of microcrystalline wax and is charcoal coated for a better grip and for better removal of the plaque. And also, the charcoal has antimicrobial properties as well. So as you can see, everything is made for gripping and antibacterial fighting of the plaque colonies. So before we go on to more about the floss, let's look at the results from the flossing that I just did. You can't tell much from just flossing because a lot of the plaque is dislodged but still left behind from not brushing away the dislodged plaque. But let's now use my favorite EZZI toothbrush to see the results. So here now you can just take a look at those results. Now this toothbrush and floss and everything are in affiliate links below this video. Make sure you watch my videos on how to floss, why flossing first is important, and why this toothbrush is the best as well. Okay, so now you can see the results are stunning. You can't even really tell that my plaque was even stained to begin with, because it is virtually all gone now. And that is why this floss, and specifically this floss and toothbrush combo, are so amazing. Okay, after looking at those results, let's move on to the second day, where I start by brushing and showing the leftover plaque after brushing, then I will floss. Now, I'm brushing first with a brush that frankly I don't like, and that's because it will leave a lot of plaque behind. The purpose here of leaving the plaque behind is to see how well it does in this scenario as well, when you don't have a good toothbrush and when you brush first, but you should normally be brushing second. So now as I'm flossing, let me explain more about the floss. This floss, to be quite honest, is not for everyone, even though in a second you will see how great it is because of how much plaque it removes. So there are a few things you should know though. First, if you have sloppy crowns and dental fillings done by a dentist that just didn't do a good job, this floss will catch on them and it will shred the floss from time to time. So obviously a lot of people wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that either. But that's why it's so important to have your dental work done by a good dentist that isn't hurrying and rushing through. In fact, you should have your dentist smooth those out anyway, because sloppy fillings can cause more cavities in the future. Now, if you just have 1 or 2 spots that shred floss, it will resist shredding but not completely prevent it. And if you have a spot that you know shreds floss, then you should probably just leave that for the end so you can floss everything, and then if it does happen to shred that spot, you've flossed it at the end, and so you don't need the floss anymore. Okay, another thing, if you have really tight teeth, the floss may be difficult to snap through those really tight teeth. And so there's a trade-off here. You can have a really thin floss, but it won't clean as well and snap through the teeth easily, or you can have a floss that is a little bit difficult for some people to get through the teeth, but it cleans really well. So that's the trade-off that you're just ultimately gonna have to decide for yourself. So in other words, the floss needs to be thick to reach the plaque, but the trade-off is for some people, it might be a little too hard to get through the teeth. Luckily, this is an expanding floss and also tightens to snap through the teeth, which is the advantage of it being thick and being able to snap through the teeth. Lastly, you should know, for some people, this floss may cause your gums to bleed and be slightly sore for a couple weeks while your gums are getting used to it and building up that tolerance to it. This is likely because the plaque have been sitting on your gums too long, and now once you're cleaning them away, the gums have been left a little raw. But over time, the floss conditions and cleans your gums, and this will likely subside and make your gums even stronger to resist plaque and bacteria between them. If it doesn't, you should see your dentist anyway, because this means you probably have a bigger dental problem going on with your gums. And then after you take care of your gums and then start using this floss for a couple days, it should really condition your gums to be so healthy. This floss also is actually way inexpensive for woven floss. It's like 4 cents a foot at the time of this video, which is actually a really good price for woven floss and comes with over 100 yards of floss. Now, it is unfortunate that a lot of customers rate these woven flosses by how they feel while using them instead of how well they clean your teeth. I understand that's the nature of it. You can't really see how clean your teeth are because yes, the experience at first is a little more intense. And yes, it will shred if you have overhanging fillings like I explained, which actually is more your dentist's fault than the floss. So you can get this floss from the Amazon affiliate link below. If you buy it there and you like it, leave a great review. It helps to sell more and keep the cost low. Or you don't have to buy it there. You can buy it on your phone from the store linked to below this video, and then you don't even have to leave YouTube. Now, let's look at the results. EZZI Expandable Floss once again eliminates almost all the plaque, which is just amazing, especially for brushing first. Once again, brushing first is not the best way of doing it, and you can watch my video about that. Now, just continue to analyze these results as I turn my head back and forth. But let me explain a few more features of the floss. EZZI Floss also has xylitol as an ingredient, which gives it flavor, but more importantly, xylitol stops the adherence of bacteria and plaque and makes it difficult for the plaque to recolonize. And that's just something that's known about xylitol, like in this study. How well does it work? Well, I personally had to stop temporarily using EZZI Floss because my channel relied on buildup of my plaque to test toothbrushes and flosses at first. And so for me, it wasn't leaving enough plaque so that I can show you how well products worked from befores and afters. So at this time, I had to stop using it. But for you, I highly recommend it, and once I'm done with my reviews, I'm going back to using it because it leaves your gums really healthy. In case you couldn't already tell, EZZI Floss isn't just my favorite floss, it's my favorite dental product. And you can see why here once again in this video. Anyway, as you see, it doesn't matter whether you're using my favorite brush or least favorite brush, using the floss correctly will all but ensure you are getting a spotless cleaning every day. Now, you need to watch my video on how to floss so you know how to unleash the full effects of the EZZI Floss and really any floss. Watch my daily dental care video I have posted now for the best technique, tips, and product recommendations for a stunningly clean mouth that avoids tooth decay, gum disease, and gives you fresh breath. The best dental products that I recommend are in Amazon affiliate links in the description below, or you can order them from the store below if you are on a handheld device. And then you don't even have to leave YouTube to order those. If in Southern California, my dental office is in the description as well. Like and subscribe to my channel if you have teeth.